All right, Leos. For starters, you're going to be starting the month feeling a little busy. All right, this is a fire sign card, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and this is kind of a card of feeling a little bit bombarded. So you're still being positive that you can complete all these tasks, but it's almost as if you kind of put a little too much on your plate and you're feeling very busy. And yes, you're going to complete everything, but it's kind of bogging you down. It's going to be very busy for you. All right. It's kind of funny, this card, I don't know if you can see, but he has a bandage around his head. It's like he put it there himself. He's feeling a little bit beat up, but he did it to himself. So he's been working very hard. Lots of people in the picture, lots of projects in the picture, lots of stuff going on at work, lots of communication. So just a little bit tied down. And then what's crossing you in your challenge or benefit position is the Judgment card. This is a card of renewals, outcomes, making a choice, all right, changing position. So as you, in terms of your challenge or your benefit with respect to you being very busy, you're probably going to be choosing to take some things off of your plate, all right? Now, in terms of love, you may just be dating a lot, meeting a lot of people, and now I'm sensing that so many people are really attracted to you, and they are starting to kind of come at you, or you've kind of met so many people and they all have a lot of potential and you're trying to narrow it down, but they're all very much attracted to you. So it's like everybody's communicating with you and it's not really giving you a minute to breathe. Okay. In terms of love, that's what I'm sensing with this card. So then what you're going to be doing here with this Judgment card, Leos, is you're going to be narrowing down this playing field. Okay. If you are in a committed bond, yes, busy with life, busy with work, busy with family, narrowing down the playing field. Okay, this doesn't mean major changes. This just means taking a few things off your plate so you can relax. At least if you're in America. So there's all this, traveling and camping and fireworks and barbecues and pool parties. It can be a little bit busy, but then it really tones down. Okay, now in your recent past, so that speaks very directly to this card because this is a card of swift action, swift movement, making decisions, and moving forward quickly. Okay, being very decisive, knowing which direction you're going in. So as you did this, you added more onto your plate. All right, you may have seen a couple people, a couple of women, a couple of men that you were really attracted to, and you just set up a whole bunch of dates, and now your social life is completely booked, and now you're feeling like this, all right? But this is a really good energy because you're taking emotions with you, and you're approaching it from a direct standpoint. Yes, I definitely want to meet somebody, I want to date somebody, and I'm going to meet the right person for me. And so you're not leaving the emotional standpoint out of it. You're not really being a player, I guess you could say. You're actually looking for a true connection, okay? And again, in a committed bond, you're just busy. You may have had a lot of direction with what you're doing in the relationship, but it's causing all of this activity. So you're just a little tired. All good stuff though, Leos. This is all good stuff. All right? And I am sensing a lot of work. I know this is a love reading. Love does take work. Okay, so I'm not going to forget to say that. But in terms of what's Leos is you have the Ace of Pentacles, and this Pentacles represent material items in our life. It can be money, it can be household items, cars, things that we collect, things that are tangible that we can actually touch. So the Ace of Pentacles means a new beginning with respect to that. So you may have had a new job. Okay, you may have met somebody that is an earth sign. Okay, somebody new could be coming into your life. A new work environment could be in your life right now. All right, but the Ace of Pentacles is a beautiful energy because it is a new beginning. Now, what's crowning is the Seven of Pentacles. Again, tangible items, money, work. Don't forget, I'm always going to keep saying this. For some reason, I feel like I have to keep saying this, Leo, but relationships take work. They take understanding. They take communication. They take empathy. And so, yes, sometimes, especially for fire signs, you tend to focus on your emotions and not the other person's emotions. And so you have to really put your head down and really think about what they're feeling, what they're doing, and you have to really put in the work for them, okay, in terms of a relationship. Now, this card could very easily just mean lots of work. You're not really focusing on love this month. This card could very well mean that. So could this card. Okay, actually, so could all of these cards. They could really mean that your focus really isn't on love this month. You could just be dating a lot. You could just be having a happy marriage and not fighting. You're just, things are going swimmingly along, and you're just focused on work. Okay, you're kind of in the work zone. That's what I'm sensing for you, Leos. Lots of work. So putting your head down. Okay, building, 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 building. Keeping your head down, staying focused on your work, staying focused on your career. Okay, if you're wanting me to focus on love, focusing on your relationship, building your relationship. Okay, it takes all of these things to put into a relationship. It can't just be the honeymoon stage all the time. All right, we have communication, we have financial matters, we have sexual compatibility, we have the spirituality aspect. Okay, religion, if you're religious. Okay, friends and family, outside influence, personal life. Okay, so you have to. This does mean tangible items, but in terms of love, yes, it takes work in all of these aspects. In your near future, dear Leos, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Again, material items. Now this card can mean, it can mean a woman or a man who is very content in their life in terms of material items and their finances. They feel stable. Okay? They feel content with their life. They feel stable. They have a social life. They're a good person. But they're kind of missing this connection with somebody. Alright? It doesn't have to be a soulmate, but they're missing a partner. Now, this card, along with, I think it's actually the 9 of Cups, which is the wish card, and there's a man in that card. This is a woman, there's a man in that card. These cards can be interpreted as being a player, all right? Dating a lot, not really wanting to get emotionally connected to anybody because you're just focusing on your life. You know, it's all about you right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're not seeking love, if you're not seeking long-term commitment at a certain time in your life, that's completely fine. And you're just content with your life, how it is, and you bring people in, and you meet people, and you date, and you have fun experiences, and that's great. So, Leos, if you're single, probably focused on work, you are very busy, you're probably dating a lot, and you probably will continue to date a lot, okay? Committed bond. Work is probably the name of the game, okay? You're content, your relationship is stable, you're focusing on your career, that's it. Okay? Now, how you're feeling about the situation. This is another reason why I keep saying work, because this is the card of business and enterprise and mercantilism. Okay? Focusing on work, putting your energy out into work, waiting for your ships to come in. Okay? You've done everything you can do. All of your wands are stable, firmly planted in the ground. If you can see this. Firmly planted in the ground. Right? You're standing up on the hill, watching everything that you have created come to fruition. Okay? This can be a card of delay also because you're waiting. Okay? You've been building, and now you're waiting and watching, and it's growing. Okay? In terms of relationships, that's what you're doing. You're building connections, you're building relationships, you're building bonds. In terms of work, exactly the same thing. Now, if you have a significant other in your life, that's not a long-term commitment, but you are dating somebody, there is some form of commitment. I'm sensing that this is very work-oriented, and they may very well feel more connected to you than you do to them. Okay, now remember here, I said, if you're dating a lot, some people are starting to really push for commitment, push for a relationship. If you've just started dating someone or there is some sort of a commitment, but it's not really maybe at that love stage yet. They are feeling differently. They are feeling that love stage. Okay? And you have to be aware of that when somebody feels that and you don't, because things can get a little tricky. Okay, so this is the card of how they are feeling about the situation. All right? This is a card of happy home, happy life. This is also a card of celebrations, joyful time. It can also be a card of marriage celebration. So, I mean, I know I'm going to 4 or 5 weddings this summer, and all over the country, and it's just, this is the season of weddings. Everybody is getting married, and just all my friends are getting married, and I'm traveling all over the United States this summer. So, you may be attending a lot of weddings, okay, which is always fun. You always meet great people, spend a lot of time with lifelong friends and family, and so they could be thinking along these lines with you. Okay? This is not bad, but if you are not really at that stage yet, you have to be very clear in how you communicate to them, and that's it. Okay. Now, your hopes and your fears position, Leos, is the Fool card, New Beginnings. This is the very last major arcana card. Okay. This is after we go through a full phase, a full cycle, and then we begin anew. Okay. He is stepping out on a new journey. He's taking what little items he has in his life, his thoughts, ideas, his material belongings, his friend, and his pet and his friend, and he's just gleefully moving along without a care in the world. And that's actually very much like you, Leo. You are very, out of all the fire signs, you are probably the most charismatic, I guess is a good word. Leos are always very beautiful in their facial structures, both male and female Leos. And if you have like a rising sign in Leo, you also have beautiful facial structures and nice stature. Okay, so you have a charisma about you just in your presence, just in your physical presence. So because of that, and you go through your life, and you're so charismatic also, when you're so friendly and chatty, and you have, highs and lows just like every other sign, and just like every other fire sign, you can be dramatic, but you are also very, very talkative and very communicative, and so what I'm saying, the reason why I'm saying that is because you're also very carefree, and you can, if you choose. Sometimes Leos can try to force things, and I got a lot of comments about it. Sometimes Leos can just be overly communicative, and they just get their mind stuck on something. But if you choose to take yourself out of that, you can be very carefree. All right. So I'm sensing this month, this is what you want to be. You want new beginnings. You want to feel carefree. You want to be excited about not knowing what's right around the corner, and just looking around the corner, and then being grateful and happy that whatever is there is there. All right. So this is not a fear I'm not sensing in July for you, Leo. This is a hope. And it's good, because sometimes when you get spinning like you do, it's nice to just have this new, fresh perspective. All right. It's a whole new outlook on life. And then in your outcome card, you have finally, actually, I'm wanting to say finally, because you have had a lot going on. All right. And this is very important, if you have Leo in your rising sign or in your moon sign, this also applies. If you have Leo in your moon sign, you have that fiery energy in your emotional state. That really applies, because this work really can take a toll on you. If you have this work phase in your rising sign, that's extremely important, because your rising sign is what you project out into the world. Okay, it's not your true self. It's what you project. It's what you show the world, what you bring to the world. And if you have Leo in your rising sign, you are really working hard, because you, one, like the recognition. All fire signs do. Okay, they like the verbal affirmations and the physical affirmations that you're doing a good job, or that you're doing things right, even though you yourself know you're proud of your work. You yourself know that you're treating these relationships well, or that you're treating your loved one and your partner with respect and love. you still need that affirmation. Okay, so especially if it's in your rising sign, because you really project that hardcore out into the world, and you really put forth a lot of effort into your work and doing it perfectly, doing it right, and doing it better than anybody else could. Okay, so the whole reason why I'm saying that is because you're finally going to be able to rest, because you have been working hard. You've been working hard on relationships. You've been working hard with friendships. You've been working hard in your career. Right? And it's all building, it's all progressing, and it's all beautiful. And now you're going to get to rest, which is what you are going to need after this month. Take a moment to rest. If you're in a relationship, maybe go on a weekend getaway to the beach, or just spend a weekend at home, okay? Or go have a picnic. Do something very light and that will allow you to reconnect with your partner and spend time with them and communicate with them and get into the same mental space as them. Okay? Yes, this card indicates being reverent within yourself and spending time with yourself, but if you are in a committed bond, and if you have been a little disconnected because you've been so busy, all right, share your thoughts, share your ideas, ask questions, just get into the same mental flow as them, because nothing really rebonds a couple and reconnects a couple than showing interest and really caring about what they have to say and really caring about their thoughts and their ideas and their emotions, all right? So spend that time. That's really important. All right, Leos. Let's pull an oracle card for you. For the universe, what are the outcome, advice, and messages that you have for Leos? Oh no, Leos. Gloominous gloom. Hold on 1 second. I shouldn't be laughing. Gloominous doom. Self-defeat, self-pity, self-destruction, taking care of ourselves. That's the key message. Especially if you've been pushing all of this energy out towards your work and people, that's what this is going to be about, okay? It is time to face the fact that our attitudes and beliefs about ourselves are our own, okay? We may have learned them from others, but the others are not responsible for them in the here and now. We are. If we choose self-pity and pessimism, we make a choice that makes our lives worse. When this card appears in a reading, it indicates that this is a time when understanding the concept is especially important. A time when there is some sort of a crunch in a situation that offers someone the opportunity to notice and change such self-destructive habits. It is in yourself to know what you need to do. If it is someone else, not you, if it's someone else, you may wish to consider how you might support them in their opportunities for change. Can you make sure you give positive feedback at every appropriate opportunity? Can you refrain from nagging, scolding, and complaining at them when they get wrong? These things help. And yes, as a friend, as a partner, sometimes our partners get a little bit, they spin themselves, okay? Every relationship has ebb and flow. And you have to allow your partner to spin and learn how to reach into them and pull them out of that, okay? You have to learn to communicate in a way that will bounce them back out, okay? Be positive. Give them affirmations. Pull them out of it. And that's their responsibility to do to you. I don't like it when people say you are the only person responsible and you only have to take care of yourself, because yes, obviously that's true. But when you're in a partnership, everybody's lives have ups and downs. Our emotions have ups and downs. And when you're in a partnership, you're a team and you work towards keeping each other. All right? You have to work yourself. Yes, it's not only the other person's responsibility, but you do have to work at being conscious of the ebbs and flows of our partner's emotional state. okay, and their feelings and their actions towards us and little cues that they give us that something needs to change. And when it's your responsibility to, when somebody starts spinning or when you get disconnected, it's your responsibility just as much as it is theirs to say, hey, let's snap out of this and go do something fun. Or hey, let's snap out of this and stop nagging and stop going down a rabbit hole and pull ourselves out of it. Okay, we can choose how we want to feel, and then you pull each other out of it. Okay, that's what this card is talking about. The reason this card is here, because you're probably feeling a little disconnected just because you are so busy. All right, so take the key with your love life this month is take this time at the end of the month to really reconnect and communicate and get into the same mental space as your partner. So anyway, thank you so much.